Today, I will talk about 6 foods that are very beneficial for pregnant mothers. This is because eating the right food during pregnancy can save the mother and child from many diseases and problems. In having a premature baby, meaning delivery before the due time, a nutrient called choline is needed for the proper development of the baby's brain in the womb. For example, the right food and lifestyle reduce the chances of problems like birth defects in the baby. The baby's weight being lower than normal. First, let's start with a very simple food. Eggs. We have to get choline from our food, because multivitamin tablets usually don't contain it. Eggs are a very good source of choline. Eggs contain so many types of vitamins and minerals that researchers sometimes call them nature's multivitamin, meaning a multivitamin given by nature. When eating eggs, make sure they are well cooked. Otherwise, harmful bacteria can enter the body from them. Besides choline, eggs have many other nutrients. When eating eggs, one thing to be very careful about is not to eat any food containing raw eggs during pregnancy. For example, many people make mayonnaise at home which contains raw eggs. These foods should be completely avoided now. Make sure both the yolk and the white of the egg are well cooked, and that the yolk is not soft. And about that choline I mentioned. Besides eggs, choline is also found in some other foods like chicken, beef, and milk. Include these foods in your diet in moderation, and among foods, the best source of calcium is milk. Secondly, I will talk about some foods from which you can get calcium. Calcium is very important during pregnancy for 2 reasons. Many studies have shown that it is necessary to drink about 3 cups of milk per day during pregnancy. And the second reason is to keep the mother's blood pressure normal. So if you eat yogurt, try to eat plain yogurt. Some of us have digestive problems when we drink milk or eat plain yogurt. For example, calcium can also be found in leafy greens, broccoli, and raw almonds. I will give the link to the app in the comments and description box. You can check it out from there. But if you feel that you are not getting enough calcium from your food, you must inform your doctor. The first reason is that calcium is needed to strengthen the bones and teeth of the baby in the womb. Many people who have never had any problems with blood pressure before pregnancy find that their blood pressure increases during this time. We advise eating leafy greens during pregnancy for many reasons. I will state 2 reasons here. And this nutrient can also be obtained from leafy greens. From the 4th month onwards, we advise everyone to take calcium tablets separately anyway. Has shown that those who were born prematurely have a slightly higher risk of developing various diseases earlier in life, such as heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and kidney disease. Iron is needed to produce new blood in the mother's body. They're so important during pregnancy that we recommend taking them as separate tablets in addition to food. If possible, eat some kind of leafy green every day. Spinach, Malabar spinach, amaranth greens, jute leaves, bottle gourd leaves, water spinach taro leaves, hinked teas, whichever you have on hand. But be sure to wash the greens well before cooking. Otherwise, harmful germs can enter the body. And among foods, leafy greens are a very good source of both these nutrients. Besides these, leafy greens also have many other types of vitamins and minerals. Iron deficiency can cause anemia in the mother, low birth weight of the baby, and premature delivery. And premature delivery doesn't just mean inconvenience for a few days. Folate is needed for the proper development of the baby's skull, brain, and spine in the mother's womb. Or what rules should be followed for eating? But this has become much less common now because a lot of emphasis is placed on folate during pregnancy. In some cases, high blood pressure can lead to some serious conditions like preeclampsia and then eclampsia. Calcium helps to reduce the risk of these diseases. So, calcium is necessary for the health of both the mother and the child. Now, let's talk about how much milk you should drink. You can also eat foods made from milk, like yogurt. Plain yogurt is healthier than sweet yogurt. Guess this happens, you have to get calcium from all other foods. In very few cases, a baby can be born without a fully formed skull. They can determine if you need a separate calcium tablet. And calcium is so important during pregnancy that after the first 3 months of pregnancy, this video is about nutritious food during pregnancy. So, I am not discussing what other vitamins besides calcium should be taken during pregnancy. We have created a pregnancy app where everything is discussed in detail. Okay, now let's move on to the next food, that is leafy greens. Leafy greens contain good amounts of folate and iron. If there is a deficiency of folate, the baby can have various types of birth defects. In such cases, the baby usually cannot survive for more than a few hours. So this is a very painful event for the parents. Not only are you told to get folate from food, but since it is so important, we also tell pregnant mothers to take folic acid tablets separately. Now let's talk about iron. It can affect the child in many ways, even as they grow up. Research conducted on millions of people over many years, the two nutrients I mentioned, folate and iron. So try to eat leafy greens regularly during pregnancy. If possible, eat some kind of leafy green every day. Spinach, Malabar spinach, amaranth greens, jute leaves, bottle gourd leaves, water spinach, taro leaves, hinctiza, whichever you have on hand. But be sure to wash the greens well before cooking. Otherwise, harmful germs can enter the body. The fourth food is food that contains vitamin C. Let me first explain why vitamin C is needed. So we have to get vitamin C from our food every day. During pregnancy, the body needs more vitamin C than at other times. Why is vitamin C needed? You know that our body can store some vitamins, like vitamin D? But before that, let me give you 3 reasons why I'm talking about eating lentils. This is because we have a habit of eating a lot of rice in our meals, because protein helps in building the baby's muscles in the womb. So where can you get protein? Fish, meat, and eggs are particularly high in protein. But that's not the case with vitamin C during pregnancy. Constipation can even lead to piles or hemorrhoids, okay? Now let's move on to the third reason for eating lentils during pregnancy. Many women develop diabetes for the first time during pregnancy. This diabetes puts the safety of both the mother and the unborn child at risk. Red lentils, mung beans, black gram, split chickpeas, pigeon peas, split peas, can eat whichever you like. In many cases, we eat fried and unhealthy food for breakfast during pregnancy. It is especially important to avoid this during pregnancy. So what should you eat for breakfast? You can eat nuts and seeds. And for cooking, I have one piece of advice. Eat thick lentils instead of thin lentil soup. Thin lentil soup, you tend to eat more rice and less lentils. That's why I'm advising you to eat thick lentils, which can continue to bother many even after the pregnancy. It is very important to be aware of constipation during pregnancy. The fiber in lentils helps to keep the blood sugar levels stable and reduces the risk of developing diabetes. Researchers have made a list of the 100 most nutritious foods in the world. Almost all types of nuts and seeds have many nutritional benefits. For example, peanuts provide folic acid and choline, which help in the baby's brain development. Walnuts have omega-3 fats. At the top of that list, the number 1 most nutritious food is almonds. Chia seeds are at number 5. Pumpkin seeds are at number 6, and this is where the benefits of lentils come in, because nuts and seeds have a lot of calories in a small portion. Be very careful not to gain excessive weight during pregnancy. And one food that is raw eggs should never eat when you are pregnant. Eating too much carries a risk of excessive weight gain. For example, they also contain nutrients like iron, calcium, folate, etc. Again, sunflower seeds have a good amount of vitamin B6, which helps in making new blood. So for breakfast, you can eat 10 to 15 nuts, and then their protein intake decreases even more. So besides fish and meat, lentils are a very good source of protein. This will make it easier to meet your protein needs. Our body cannot store vitamin C, nor can it produce it. Vitamin C helps in the formation of the baby's teeth and gums. Vitamin C is also needed to build strong bones. Since the body cannot store vitamin C, it is necessary to eat foods containing vitamin C every day during pregnancy. We usually think that vitamin C is only found in citrus fruits. And among fruits, you probably know that gooseberries, pomelos, jujubes, oranges, strawberries, and kiwi fruits provide a good amount of vitamin C. Besides citrus fruits, vitamin C is also available from many other types of food. For example, tomatoes, cauliflower, cabbage, capsicum, broccoli, bitter gourd, and teasel gourd. I am mentioning a few types of food here from which you can get vitamin C, knowing this will allow you to include them in your diet whenever it's convenient. So if you cook vegetables at high heat, or for a long time, the vitamin C can be lost. Tomatoes can also be eaten raw. You can cut them nicely and eat them in a salad. From there, you will get a good amount of vitamin C. Therefore, try to cook vegetables with little heat for a short time, so that the vitamin C is not destroyed. Also, the leafy greens I mentioned earlier provide vitamin C, One thing to keep in mind when cooking vegetables is that vitamin C is destroyed by heat. Fruits are eaten raw, so there is no need to worry about cooking. The next food I will talk about is lentils and how to cook and eat them. The first reason is that many of us do not consume the amount of protein our body needs daily. But meeting the body's protein needs during pregnancy is even more important than at other times. But during pregnancy, some people find that they cannot eat fish or meat because they have an aversion to the smell and feel nauseous. Therefore, you can eat lentils regularly during pregnancy. Now, for the second reason. Many people never experience constipation in their entire lives, but during pregnancy, they suffer from severe constipation. Lentils contain a good amount of fiber, and this fiber helps to prevent constipation. Therefore, it is necessary to be careful so that diabetes does not occur during pregnancy. And lentils also help in this case. I took some time to explain the 3 reasons. I hope you understand the benefits of lentils. Besides these, lentils have many other benefits. Now you may ask which lentils to eat. Finally, let's talk about what to eat for breakfast. These are mini packets of nutrition. It's not just almonds, chia seeds, and pumpkin seeds. This is also very, very important for the baby's brain development. Be mindful of the quantity. Eat a small amount. So, I have discussed a total of 6 foods. Try to include these in your diet. Also include other nutritious foods in your diet. Hope you enjoyed this video very much. To get further more information on pregnancy, please stay tuned and subscribe our channel, because when we upload a video on pregnancy, then we'll get it immediately. Thanks for watching this video. Ready for the next videos. Bye-bye.